Now that we're in Croatia, you get to see us go around Dubrovnik for a little bit, and then we get on the boat. What you get to pay attention to is a little bit of the drama that unfolds as we discover one of our members, remember, 6 we've never met before, has COVID. How do you think that's going to unfurl on a boat where you're locked in together? Stay tuned and watch.
In this episode, we're going to answer the often asked question, why Croatia?
We're going to show you some of Dubrovnik's highlights and even places not ordinarily seen by most people. You will be impressed. Cheers!
Cheers!
Good morning from Dubrovnik. So what's on the adventure today?
We are headed to check out the old city, downtown.
Check out the wall, check out the old city, check out a museum, check out of here. Dubrovnik lies on the southern coast of Croatia and has about 41,000 people. The heart of it is Old Town. Old Town dates back to the 7th century with refugees from Ragusa, about 7 kilometers south of the present-day Dubrovnik. This is the famous city, Old Town, and the Great Wall that they built. It's very quiet here and not touristy at all, so you're getting an exclusive look that nobody else has ever seen.
Yeah.
So back down at the Black Plague Rat's Eye level is the heart of Dubrovnik, the Stratum, or the main street of the Old Town, full of culture, like fresh yogurt left in the hot Georgia sun. Because of the 1667 earthquake, the town was leveled and rebuilding started all over again. This is the old 15th century church where we're going to listen to chamber music later.
So behind us is the almost freest fountain. It's one of Dubrovnik's most famous landmarks. This circular fountain, built in 1438 as part of a water supply system, brings spring water from 12 kilometers away.
Well, I guess that's impressive, but my friend Todd, he actually paid $9 for Fiji water from thousands of miles away. He said it tasted really good.
Yeah, okay. You just stand there and look pretty.
Okay.
Originally, it was adorned with numerous sculptures, but it was heavily damaged in the 1667 earthquake, and only 16 carved masks remain.
So from the masks, the mouths drool drinkable water into the drainage area, and if you've had your shots, go for it. If not, Typhoid Mary awaits your acquaintance. Of all the places to eat in Croatia, I'm sure that Hard Rock Cafe is not going to be one of them. So onward we go to the Church of St. Ignatius, St. Blaise, and the Cathedral of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. That is a grand palace for sure. Taking a look at all the ornate architecture, it's very easy to understand why the Game of Thrones was filmed in this city on several occasions. And like all the other tourists, you have to rub the nose of Marin Đurišić, the 16th century famous writer from Ragusa. Then upwards and onwards to more cathedrals and ornate paintings. That's what the city's about. I have to confess, living in the Caribbean on a boat where you go from island to island and there's practically nobody there, this is a lot of people and it's very impressive.
Lots of people, lots of pigeons.
Not used to people or pigeons of this magnitude. Knowing all of you are history buffs and could care less about bikini-clad young ladies on beaches, we'll keep on task. For you others, you can wait until later to use your phone for its natural nighttime viewing purpose.
You actually said that.
Yes, I did. To the wall, and let us see some things that others have not. I don't think that these stairs are built to code. So climbing up hundreds of stairs to get to the top of the wall, I knew I'd see many things, but this was not one of them. You do you, boo.
One of the most striking sights of the city is the formidable wall that surrounds the ancient remains of Old Town.
For aspiring photographers and TikTok influencers, you can get great shots of yourself and the sea and terracotta rooftops. Mojo, we should go rent a couple kayaks for that. Looks like an easy paddle. Okay, the farther you go up, the less people there are, because there are just that many stairs. I assure you. Should have put on my pedometer today.
The stone walls are approximately 2 kilometers long
1.3 miles.
And reach a maximum height of about 25 meters.
82 feet.
There's also a moat that ran around the outside section of the city walls, which were also armed with more than 120 cannons.
That's about the amount of children Nick Cannon has, currently. The wall was originally constructed for defensive purposes during the 13th to the 17th centuries.
Who did they need to protect themselves from?
Well, it was the Middle Ages and Renaissance, with fighting for all the noble reasons like land acquisition and which side to crack a hard-boiled egg on. You needed a wall to protect yourself, because if you didn't, who would you have to milk the cows and grow the grain while you dine and live the life to which you're entitled? Sounds very much like the millennials these days.
Well, we just lost that viewing demographic.
So, getting in with the fun of sacking the city, the Venetians, the Italian area of Venice, you know, in Western culture we call those horizontal slat blinds, and the Bosnians and the Russians eventually had a little war in the 1990s. But I wonder why that's not talked about. But don't forget the Saracen and the Byzantines back in 866 battling over Dubrovnik.
Who were the Byzantines?
You know, Constantinople.
Oh, take me back to Constantinople.
Oh, been a long time gone to Constantinople.
Why did Constantinople get the works?
Oh, that's nobody's business but the Turks. This whole area of Old Town is really a living postcard with medieval architecture and stunning seasides. Here's a shout out to Emily and Jared, the newlyweds, and Doba, our waiter, for serving up some great food, because we love our calamari.
The Rector's Palace was once the seat of the city's government, but now is home to a museum with fascinating exhibits.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of oohing and awing in there, because you know, there's nothing women like more than museums. Well, that and Chippendales. As you'd expect, the Rector's Palace has a lot of marble everywhere. Arches, skyways, oculus, you got it. Winter is coming. No, really, it's getting kind of cold. It's October. As my life now involves, I march a lot of stairs and see a lot of old paintings from the 16th century. And finally, the guy's responsible for waking me up. Putting sound effects over war paraphernalia sure adds to the reality, doesn't it? Now we move along to 17th century opulence in hardwood furniture. That and naked young ladies being ogled over by old men. That's reality. Right underneath the Rector's Palace is the jail. Where else would you put it? Then you walk back out into nice finery of the marble staircases and hallways, as it should be. Look at that beautiful gold opulence. But alas, we come upon an aquarium. Trust me, I love me my water. Step on him any day of the week. And we get to see our old friends, the triggerfish, rays. Don't ask me what kind they are. Trust me, they're just rays. That's all I got for you. Sorry about that. Some really neat anemones, 8-armed guy, aka octopus, dinner, a lobster, and a very neat moray eel. For you foodies, Mojo had an espresso martini. I had the tagliatelle pomodoro. Are you starting to see any trends here? Mojo had a highly seasoned crispy chicken Caesar salad. Somebody else had a hamburger I had to take a picture of. And then we got a nice photo of everybody at the table. Is this now your favorite store? Never would have thought of a rubber ducky store, but you know what? Been crazier things we've done with our money in the past, kind of like collecting those Smurfs. You know what I mean.
So, back in 1979, Old Town and the Wall joined the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites, got a large amount of global funding, and is now one of the most popular tourist attractions in Croatia.
And if you like perambulating along seemingly endless limestone paved stone walkways and looking at other far-off places you could rather be, then this wall is for you.
You are not going to get sponsored by Tourism Croatia talking like that. You know that, right?
The walk was beautiful and epic, and lots of history in every step. Okay, all joking aside, Dubrovnik was a really neat city with a lot of great old history. Hope you really enjoyed the episode, and if you did, hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for joining us on the adventures, and I hope you had a good time, because we think Bradley Cooper would too.